Hello and welcome. My name's Leanne. I live in Australia and this is my crafty cupboard.
Good morning, and back here for Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, Volume 4, Treasure Hunt, and the prompt this time was favourite materials. These are the roses I trimmed because I have now gone and pruned my roses. So I brought the ones that had bloomed inside. So lovely. So if you've been following along, you know I'm making a Victorian sewing box for this challenge. I had a kit from a second-hand store, had all the materials in this photo in it, and so I'm just using the cardboard pieces from within the kit and making up my own ideas as I go. And I've already stitched a little embroidered needlebook in earlier episodes with a crocheted lace edge, and then I've also made a little pocket to hold the beads for when I'm beading. And the prompt this time was favourite materials, favourite fabric. That's tough. It's like asking a mother to pick a favourite child. So I decided to not overthink it. I'm already working with favourite fabrics that we pulled out for the mood board to do this project. So today I'm going to make more pieces for the inside of the box. So I'm going to do just a little hexagon flower using all the offcuts that I have so far. Maybe just do a little stitch flower in the middle using some of the colours I've picked out, and that will be a scissor pocket to hold the scissors, and the other thing is a mini pin cushion like this. Okay, so getting on with the hexagons for the scissor pocket. I'm going to just use this scrap. Now I use the glue method for hexagons, especially when they're this tiny. Okay, so just sort of lining up the scrap to where I think I'd like the pattern to be. That'll do. Just holding it in my hand, I trim off all the way around. When I do larger hexagons, I get out the quilting ruler and rotary cutter, but for little ones, this is fine, I find. Keep the larger scrap, throw the little tiny piece away. So then I'm just using a tiny bit of glue on the edges to hold it. This is not a permanent stick, this is just in lieu of a tacking stitch. So we don't want a ton of glue there that's going to last for years. It's about to all come out. I'm just making sure that the material's pressed firmly alongst the edges of the hexagon there. So that's the outer petals ready, and then for the centre I thought I might do a little stitch of a flower in the centre. I'm going to have to temporarily mark that. Right, this one washes out with water. just so I know where the edges are. That's enough of a guideline. Righto, now that's a blue flower. So what should we do? Maybe little bullions in this. Let's use this one. This is marked as 318, so it might be DMC 318. I have to look up a colour chart online to find out, being second-hand. I just don't know. Alright, I thought I had a pre-cut thread there, but it looks like it's not, so let's just cut it. It's a bit chaotic there as well. Let's cut it. Let's cut it there. Try and smooth the threads back. Righto, let's take 2 strands. Okay, so it's a tiny, I don't think this eye is going to be large enough to take the thread. Is it? Will you go in there? Oh, it's close. No. All right, let's see if we can find something in between. Let's see. I don't want to go too large. That's a beading needle. I'll need that in a minute. All right, we'll try you. See how you go. Maybe a little bead in the center would be cute. Ooh, I have got that. This is already beaded into little flowers. I want to just use some of that and stitch it down. Already done. It's quite cute, but it's not as full as I would like, so I might save that for somewhere else in the project. You can see I had a bit of a spillage. Never mind. Not too vibrant. Maybe. Well, oops. I could always just try, and if I don't like it, take it off. Maybe I should go for one of these ones. I mean, they're showing a bit purple, but they, in different lights, show up the sort of bluey colour, so. All right, some beading thread. Something a bit neutral. Don't have anything out, so I'll just use a bit of this that's sitting here ready to sew the hexes together. Try this little needle from before. That thread's a bit frayed on that end. This one's nice. Alright, tie a knot. Yes, when I was thinking about this prompt, I thought, oh, a bit like the lace, sort of decision made really. When we were asked to create the mood board, we've sort of made these choices already. But I guess it's all about how we use them. So then I thought, well, then how do I use them? And I thought, well, if things are favourites, if things are treasured, we use them well, don't we? We make sure they're not wasted. So might be best to get things put on by using up the offcuts from the other pieces, and I've made the most possible use of all the fabric. Okay, that's ended up not very centered. So, what do we do? Push it this way. So it's sitting more centered now. That's better, isn't it? One more stitch this way, I think. All right, a little bead for the center to get us started. Just tie that off. Righto, time to turn you into some form of flower. Let's see what happens if we do this. I don't have a straw needle, which is not great when you're doing bullions. You really should have a straw so it's the same thickness all the way down. Do I have a straw sitting somewhere close by? Let's have a look. Yep, so it's a bit of a thick one, long one, but anyway, we'll give it a go. I'm still really keen about my idea of making a bigger needlebook that has multiple pages, and on each page to stitch some embroidery using the needle that's required to do that job. To my visual style, it's a very good way to organize it. So you go, right, I want to do that sort of thing, I need that needle. It's just at the moment mulling around in my head of things I want to do. The one-day jobs. Oh, that's a Good sharp straw. Oh, luckily. Oh, just a little. Be careful with the project. Sorry for bumping the camera. This is a bit of a fat straw needle. I still chuckled to myself thinking about when I was doing the garden path and I was wanting to use bullion stitches to make my lavender, and my brain just wasn't remembering at all how to do it. And then eventually I just let my hands take over. They remembered what to do. So basically you just do as many wraps around the needle to make the same length of the stitch you've taken. So it covers it. That looks about right. The other thing I want to work on too is the dictionary of stitchery. So Christine from Create and Craft with Christine has been doing a stitch a night, going through the alphabet. Really lovely way to pick up some new stitches to use. Otherwise we tend to do the same old thing, don't we? So I'm just doing, oops, I let that go. This might end up messy. Let's see what's happened. Oh, I think I can save it. So you have to hold those stitches still as you pull the thread through. That's okay. All right, well, now as we go out, just slowly make each one longer than before. So I did sort of 5 wraps for the first round. That's 9. If you do more stitches than to make it longer than your stitch that you've taken, it curves out more. I haven't had a chance to catch up on what everyone's doing in the project, so I'm really keen to see Can you count and talk at the same time? I can't. Really keen to see everyone's progress and the different ways they're interpreting the prompts. Okay, maybe just one more. I think I'll leave it at that. I don't want it to end up. No, maybe just one more. just one more. This could go on all day, couldn't it? I'm running out of thread, so yeah, one more. One, two. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. All right, let's tuck that in there. Come unthreaded. It's okay. I'll pull the one through that can. Oh, I've made a tangle of the thread. Goodness, it's like a little bird's nest. It's going to be stuck on a hexagon. No one will know. It's our secret. Okay, so time to add a little delicate suggestion of leaves. So I'm just starting with a straight stitch and then a series of fly stitches. This seems to be my go-to for stitching leaves. I really love the look of soft coloured embroideries on linen fabric. Yeah, I think that'll be right. This corner, get rid of it. I'm really liking the look of this little hexagon flower with a hexagon flower in the middle. I might have to do some more of these. I wonder what else you could do with them. Guess they'd look cute on a journal cover. Or even just like stitched together as pages of a little hexagon book that just celebrates fabrics that you've used in the past, and a little bit of stitchery in the middle that matches. Could probably do another ring of the hexagons around the outside of what I'm doing again, and use it as like coasters or little spot to put your glass. Pesky corner. There. Okay, so I'll cut it out the same as I did the other. And get to making the hexie. There's the finished little hexie. Well, it's not finished. We've got to stitch it together. So just pick up 2 pieces and match up the edges nicely. I like to start sort of off to the edge here so that the knot stays on the inside, and then go back right through that edge. And so we're just doing a little whip stitch, and we're aiming to slide the needle through the fabric only, like just catching the edge of the fabric. You're not going through the cardboard underneath. So I'm just taking my time to get the pinch of the edge of the fabric. Hooked. Okay, so I'm just starting again on another edge. matching the edge of the fabric, both sides. I'm going to get into the corners. I like to stitch it twice for good luck. So I've got to take that one out now so I can bend it. So I'm just going to run my needle. Just get your needle and just run it under. You can, there we go, that comes out. Let go. Just finger press the seams back down. Righto, so now that piece can fold in half so that I can sew these two edges together, and away we go again. So twice in the same spot because it's a corner. And just whip stitching the edges. I'm just putting mine on interfacing because this will be a pocket. It's not going to be completely stitched out, and I just want to protect all those little raw edges on the inside. Just want to puff out that little flower section in the middle a bit more. Okay, so in the top edge that I'm leaving open as a pocket, I'm just doing a running stitch with 2 strands of embroidery thread. across the top. It's tough to get in. Got it. So I might just leave off showing you here. You know, you can see what I'm doing, and I'll come back when I'm putting it on the fabric. So I'm just still continuing with that running stitch I was doing, but now putting it down through the fabric as well. Okay, so that's how the little scissor keep is looking so far. Just pop, you slide the little scissors in. Are these the loveliest scissors? Again, bought them at a second-hand store, but they look brand new to me. They even had their little plastic case to protect the points. I just love the ombre, and the colours match beautifully with this project. Let's glue it down. Okay, so originally I'd drawn a chalk outline so I knew where to put the cardboard, but I've gone slightly off centre with the hexagon flower when I wanted to make it sort of puff out for the scissors to be able to slide in. So sort of following the chalk line exactly, I'm just going to play until I feel it's centered. I think there'll still be enough fabric. To glue it down. I think that's looking a bit better. Yep, like that. Like that. Okay. All right, let's fix this again. It grabs pretty quickly. You can't look around too much. How's that looking? Oh, I think that's okay, isn't it? we go. Is that all right? Okay, next. Just take out some of the bulk in the corners. And I might do the bottom corners first. Nice. Okay. Just enlist a couple of clips to hold on. Nice. Get some clips. Okay, I'll put that aside to dry for a minute. So far in this series, Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, I've done the monogram, which will be one of the outside pieces of the box, and needlebook, and the bead holder, and now the scissor keep. I'm like a kid with their new toy cars, just lining them up and looking at them, feeling very happy.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.